This is Talk Show, and today we're celebrating still the release of 4 seats on Belive.tv, and joining me in a moment will be Ali, and we'll talk about that. But for the moment, you've got me, and I'd just like to say, well, where's the agenda? Where's the agenda gone? Just a minute. I had this all sorted a few minutes ago. Just like to say welcome to the show, and thank you for watching. Hello to John, and hello to Robert. And Robert, just enjoyed watching you and Jessica. And hello, John. Nice to see you. And Dale. Good morning, Dale. I forgot to say good morning. Of course, on the West Coast, it will be good morning in the USA. So, thank you for joining me. And hopefully, you all got here via the broadcast. However, I have a guest today, and I don't think we've met live before, so I'm going to invite Ali to join me. I'm going to take the card down and bring Ali up on screen. 3, 2, 1. Hello.
Hi.
Nice to see you. I think it's the first time we've met for a while. All right, okay. And whilst you're thinking for a moment, right, okay, just taking questions. Lottie says, what is a BLIFBot, please, Stephen? BLIFBot is the Belive in 5. That's the Blif bit. And it's our bot that invites guests onto the show. If you type the word guest, then you'll be invited. And welcome to Ben. Good day. And excited to see. Yeah, this is Belive TV, 4 people on screen. And the question in from John. John asks, is it snowing? As I look out the window, it's just started. I don't know what things are like up in Solihull, but we're in for a packet at some point this week. This came out of the blue, the snow that's arriving now. And Dale is saying, I so love that bot. I have started learning and using them. I learned about them from you. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Bots are wonderful things because it allows you to actually increase your reach and to do things which would take up time. Normally, to invite a guest on the show, I'd have to post a link. And thanks to Facebook, that doesn't always work. So, Ali, welcome. Oh, I think we lost signal then. So, Lottie, get it. Right, get it. Is that part of the Blif DMs we get? It is. Basically, back in the old days, we all used to build our email lists. Now, the thing to do is to build the list of contacts you have on Messenger. And the way to do that is through Messenger bots. And Messenger bots, I use the ManyChat variety, thanks to RJ Redden. And it allows you to automate a lot of tasks and to build a list of people. Now, the other thing that's happened is that after the show, if you comment, then I can message you and we can start a conversation. And that makes it so powerful. Facebook have put the new option in, which I'll talk about in a moment. I do hope that Ali comes back. If anybody else wants to join me on camera, just type guest. I heard from, Wunderschön. That's my German coming out as I wait and say hello to Kathryn and wait for the thumbs up from Kathryn. And good to go. So now we have 2 people on screen. Hello, Kathryn.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Whereabouts are you based?
I am in Houston, Texas.
Wow. And what's the weather currently? Because we've got snow in the UK.
It is nasty. It is in the 60s, but it's dreary and gloomy and rainy.
It's winter, isn't it? It's winter. We're
Yes,
not far off spring. We're not far off spring.
I'm ready for spring.
Right. Oh, so am I. And okay, now your own show. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, I just started it. It's only been up a few weeks. It's called Life After 50, what you need to know. And I interview people, all types of people. I interviewed somebody from the Alzheimer's Association, home care companies. I deal a lot. My website is Find Houston Senior Care, and we deal a lot with aging adults who have aging parents. So people in their 50s and above who may be caring for an elderly parent. They may be also trying to figure out the whole Medicare scene at the same time and how to manage having some retirement fund in the mix of it and still working and all of the things that we do after 50.
Indeed, and that's the change that's taken place in our lifetime, is the fact that as we reach our 50s and 60s, and John, be quiet, our parents are happily with us and need help and assistance and care.
Yeah. My husband and I both cared for my mother and then his mother up until about a year and a half ago. We had been in the caregiving role for probably about 8 years. So, and that's kind of how I got into this whole senior realm and senior care area, because there was a lot of stuff I didn't know.
Indeed. So you started researching.
Mm-hmm. So I've got a pharmacist coming on. I just had a pharmacist come on this week, and next week I'll have a medical exercise specialist. They kind of pick up where Medicare leaves off and insurance leaves off when somebody needs some more physical therapy, but it won't be paid for by Medicare or by insurance. This medical specialist kind of steps in and fills in that gap.
I mean, that's one of the differences between the UK and the US. In the UK, we have our doctors and our hospitals. The cost is free. There's no cost.
That is awesome. Yeah. We don't have that here, and I don't see that happening anytime soon, unfortunately.
So everybody has to have insurance.
Yes, and it is quite costly.
Indeed. So, what do you think about BLIFBot is my question.
Well,
as we celebrate 4 people.
I'm loving it. I'm still learning. In fact, I set up a practice group the other day and a few ladies joined me where we just kind of play with it with ourselves so that we can kind of give each other tips and tweaks and say, hey, I think you could change the lighting. You need to do this. Here's how you do that. And that's been helpful. And I've been seeing you come on doing this, but it's never hit at the right time. And today I got the notice and I said, yeah, I have time. I can join them. So I'm curious how the 4 works, because I'm wanting to do some panel discussions on my program as well.
Well, it's great for that, for bringing people in and just talking. And talking of which, we've got a reminder from John that the first day of spring is 20th of March. So we've not got long to go. Well, we are.
Can we move that date up a little bit? Is it any way to reschedule it?
No, we've got to go through the rest of winter first. And to answer Lottie's question, try and bring it up on screen. Join us for 5-10 minutes, Lottie. That would be good. And hello to Gazela. And apologies if I pronounce your name wrongly. And Lottie is saying panel discussions are great. So that's Lottie and Guy on the way as well. I'm just making sure I don't miss anybody. Because that's the thing. When you're actually hosting a show and trying to keep it going, and you've got all the things that are going on, it's exciting. That's the first thing, because things are actually happening, because you're getting a fantastic response from people watching the show. And Guy's saying yay. Guy, you need to type yay in Messenger, not there, or click the link I just posted publicly. And you're welcome for the shout out. And thank you for the emoticons. Oh, wait a minute, emoticons. Right, okay, and
One thing I wanted to ask you about while I've got you here. I noticed that Facebook will not let me, if I've pre-scheduled a post, so I pre-schedule my shows, and Facebook will not let me advertise those shows.
Indeed,
is anybody else having that experience?
It's the same for everybody. You can't boost or advertise a scheduled broadcast.
Even after the show has aired?
Once the show's over, you can do it. You can do
It didn't let me on the last one. I haven't tried it on this one that I just did yesterday.
I used to have the occasional problem, but it's persistence, really. One day Facebook will say yes. And as with all things Facebook, you can't question their decision or ask why. You just got to wait. You know, because I mean, we know that when you do go live, I mean, obviously, if you catch, as you did today, you just caught, you got the message at the right time. But most of your views actually come after the show. So I'd like you to meet somebody who's joining us on camera, and I'll introduce you to Guy. And Guy is a good friend. We've known each other for several years now. Hello, Guy. And Guy, meet Kathryn. Kathryn, meet Guy.
I can't hear him.
We've no sound. Can you turn your mic up?
See, one of the things that people that use and work in technology can't use technology.
Well, no.
I watched a guy was setting up a projector once at an event, and he was having a bit of a puzzle why it wasn't working, and then he just stopped and he said to everyone, there was about 100 people at this event. He says, people that work in technology, we can't use technology.
No, we get stumped by the simplest things.
Yeah. Now,
that's the problem.
My question is this. I'm looking at the green room, right?
Yes.
And my picture is like down off to the right a little bit. And you and I forgot your name.
Kathryn.
Kathryn and you are touching at the top, up above. There's like a half-inch gap. And is that's normal?
That's normal. I mean, basically, once we get a fourth person on, I'm hoping Lottie will join us. Then you'll see you should have three across, and then yourself in a small picture. One of the reasons that, I mean, they, when designing this, haven't gone for bells and whistles. They've gone for a system which runs in the Chrome browser and is stable and doesn't use much of the CPU, and basically most machines are quite happy with it. So my hat's off to them, because my processor with three of us on screen is running quite smoothly.
I don't look. I'm not a Belive person.
Oh, I know. You're in a period.
I do another thing entirely different, but I've evolved. I wanted to just share with you how that's changed a bit.
Yes, surely. Fire away. So we're talking about Appear In.
The other technology that exists for doing collaboration, is what I call it, is Appear.in. And now I've started. Today I recorded my second pre-recorded show. So I record the show ahead of time, and then I can announce the link. I just heard you a minute ago. You can announce the link on Facebook. Well, I can with Appear In. And I say, well, join us at 3 o'clock Greenwich Mean Time, and we'll talk about one of the episodes was the top 10 episodes of 2017, which is an idea. I got inspiration. I was doing research for the show, and I saw that come up on someone else's blog. I go, that would be a good one. So I did that. And with the Appear In, I can have up to, counting myself, I can have 12 people, which I don't know if that's manageable, because the biggest room I've had, counting myself, is 5. I've had 5, and it works. So it's just, there's always another brand, and I'm enamored with the other brand. A lot of it has to do with I use not Chrome. I said another twice in the same session, but I use Firefox for my browser, and so by using Firefox, I'm not entitled to do Belive. And there's a new person. Be quiet, guy.
No, you're okay, guys. Just letting Lottie settle in as we greet Lottie Hearn, who's over in Ireland. So we're joining.
Welcome from a cool but not snowing Ireland. That's our rugby stadium over there that you can see, but we haven't quite got snow yet. I'm cuddled up with my blankie, so you have to excuse my lack of camera-ready face here. But I had to jump on, Stephen, and say hello to you guys, to be the 4th person in the room for you, to help you out,
yes,
Stephen.
Exactly right.
So what do you call cool?
Well, cool for Ireland for the last couple of days has actually been below 0 centigrade, because we're on centigrade over here. And we're waiting. Yesterday, apparently, I was out in the traffic and hearing on the radio that people weren't going out because we're expecting snow in Dublin on Thursday.
Which shuts down the roads, or do you have snow plows?
Oh no, if it snows in Ireland, it's especially in Dublin, the roads close. People don't leave home. People don't go out anywhere. So that's why I'm in my snuggly winter jumper and my blanket, just in case.
We had snow in Houston this year, and the city was pretty much shut down. You did not get on the roads unless you absolutely had to. Nobody here knows how to drive in it. And we're not equipped. We're not equipped,
But Stephen, you've been stuck. You've had the massive snowstorm because they're calling it the beast from the east as it comes over to Dublin from you guys in the UK.
Yep.
So,
basically what we've got for the next 4 days is the winds are blowing in from Russia and Siberia, and they're going to pass over the UK and over Ireland, heading your way, of course, Guy and Kathryn. But they fall in the Atlantic, I'm pretty sure. But we've got snow for the next 4 days in different parts of the country. Now, I live in Wiltshire, which is pretty close to Stonehenge, and it's south. It's not the Midlands, it's not the north, it's not Scotland, it's the south. And Wiltshire as a county is sort of blessed because we don't see any snow. Rarely see any snow above an inch deep. So I'm going to eat my words probably on Friday.
Well, years ago in the 70s, and Lottie's story about the roads shutting down, I worked in radio at a station. I worked midnight to 6. So I drove to work, and it was frosty, a little bit cold out. I got to work, and the guy that worked the shift in front of me, his name was Bob, says, "How did you get here?" I drove. "Yeah, but the bridges are all closed. It's like there's big panic, big storm. It's icy out." I said, "Yeah, a little bit. I drive a 350 1-ton Ford pickup with dual tires. It's not a problem." He says, "Well, I've been announcing it like every 20 minutes. I said, "Well, nobody listens to your show, Bob." And I always remembered that. When you said the roads were bad, yeah. Because where I live is in the southeast part of Washington State, up in the north. So we're still in having 40s in Fahrenheit. And the roads, they're not bad. They're dry because it's really a kind of a dry area where I live, not much precipitation. But when it does come down, it can turn into ice. And that's when it's bad. When it's snow, it's like, so what? It's everybody knows how to drive in it because it's a little community that it always snows. Sometimes really bad. I guess last winter, I didn't live here last winter. It was really severe, extreme. And I talk too much. So go like this or something, Steve, when you get going too much.
Time out.
I didn't even tell the Ireland story. I was going to tell the story about Ireland, but I'll save that for another time. Just say, Guy, what's the Ireland story? And then I'll start that one.
Right, and just an update from John as to how bad the weather is getting. It's 24 degrees Fahrenheit in Solihull right now.
Yeah.
Which is 32 is 0 degrees centigrade, so it's getting colder.
Right.
And we have been told to expect minus 15, which is for us is unusual.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cold.
But the Winter Olympians are on the way home now, Stephen. They should all, and they'll come home to perfect snow for the next time round.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, the Winter Olympics was absolutely fantastic. Did you get a chance to watch it, Kathryn?
I watched some of it. I didn't watch all of it, but I did watch some of it. Yeah, it was really great.
The women's biathlon was awesome. And so I became a biathlon fanboy at that point. So the men's biathlon came up, and the guys that finished for gold and silver, it was like this much distance. I don't exaggerate. It was a photo finish, and they take a picture of your foot with your on skis. I thought it was I said, why aren't the guys leaning down? They're leaning back and sticking their foot out. That's crazy. And it was measured by the foot. But I see there's comments coming up in the top, other people that are talking about weather, but let's get them on camera, eh? And they can do that if I get out of this chair, because unlike that other brand, we can only have 4. Cheerio. Nice to meet you,
guys.
If I forget your name, it's because this is genuine white hair. I'm old and forgetful.
Take care, guys.
Oh, did I do the shameless plug?
Yeah, do the shameless plug. I'll put you full screen. You do the shameless plug.
The Guy R. Cook Report is every day, Monday through Friday at 3 o'clock Greenwich Mean Time. So yes, I have only got like 69% of my audience is in America. The other 31% are English-speaking countries. Not so much Australia, because that's a bit out of the clock for them. But England, Ireland, everywhere. Canada. We'll see you then. Ciao.
Okay. Take care, Guy. I'll see you later. Right, and we're back. Yeah, I mean, it's great. I love live video because it's networking, and it's an opportunity to meet people and to actually talk live on air and to catch up afterwards as well. Speaking of which, I don't know whether you're aware of this, but I did post about it in Belivers today. After the show is finished, after your show is finished, if you go into your page's inbox, you will, on the Facebook tab, you will see the show. And I'm just waiting for Lottie. Right, we've got Lottie bringing the screen up.
I'm showing you my screen because I've actually got you on my knee, and I'm using the mobile phone here. So I don't know if you can see this properly, tilting it down here.
Yep. After the show, all the comments that are down the right-hand side of the screen will actually have a like button we know about, a reply button we know about, but now you can also message people. So from within your Facebook inbox, you can actually send messages to people. In the last week since discovering this, thank you, Lottie. I'm just going to
it's all handheld, as I said. It's all just throwing it in there because Kathryn, I know that you said that you were new to live streaming and new to Belive and everything. And this man here is the man to learn loads of all your tech gear from, or your tech information, and being part of the Belivers community is a fantastic community to get your help and support from. As a ladies go liver, I know. Oh, there you are. You're on that side, I think, of me today. Oh no, maybe you're that side of me, Stephen. Pointing. You're up. You're down. You're all over town. It's wonderful.
Yeah. I mean, just wanted to talk for a moment about Ladies Go Live.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you. Yeah. Well, Stephen, I know that thank you. You've been a supporter of us because we've been using Belive for the Ladies Go Live community. Myself and the wonderful Tina Cavalant, who's an extraordinary photography in Florida, and also Jen Nelson, who's involved in a wonderful show called Wine Antics. If you're into your wine, she's lovely with that. And Jen's live, and she also helps people produce at the top level So, Kathryn, when you get to be, and excuse all my wobblies right now, this is the beginner level that I'm doing all the bad things. We make the mistakes so other people don't have to, don't we, Steven?
We do.
But it's a community whereby we connect with other women around the world. And we had a virtual summit last August, with 45 speakers from all around the world, connecting from Australia and Korea, China, Singapore, all the way through Africa, India. We had America, and then through to Angeline Longshore in Hawaii, who was
now. Did you do that on Belive?
We did at the time. We had to do it through. We did our part-time fun shows through Belive, because at the time Belive only had 2 or 3 people on screen at any one time. So because we had panels of 4, now that Belive have brought in the panel of 4, it enables you to have many more people in the, obviously with guests coming on, jumping in. But obviously, Steven, you have to have the pro level of Belive to be able to do that. And the question I had for you, because I know that many of our Ladies Go Live community are asking, if anybody looking on Facebook right now, sorry, as I said, I'm hand holding right now, but if you look on Facebook, you can see that it's got the kind of black background with the triangles. So, Steven, my question from our community has been, is there any plan to change that backdrop so that we can actually brand our backdrops for a more pro look and feel to our Belives?
That's a good idea, and I can see lots of different backgrounds appearing, making each show unique. Because at the moment we've got the frames, but you're quite right. The background that could, done properly, do away with the need for green screens.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll put
because one thing on it, Steve. I know that you were just talking a while ago about appear.in, because I have the paid level. It's not very much a month. It's only a few dollars a month, but I have the paid level on appear.in so that I can have more people on screen. I tend to just use it for video chats because it's an immediate jump in, and you don't need the high broadband capacity. But I'll use Belive for my live shows, because then you can have the lower thirds that, Steven, you've been popping up. You can have people's comments popping up for people who haven't seen very much of it beforehand. You can have people's names. But the difference with Belive is I can brand my background with images, and it would be lovely on Belive appear.in I can brand. Be lovely on Belive to be able to brand with our own backdrops. If that's an idea.
It's an idea. I shall mention it to Daniel and Sophia.
Lovely. Thank you very much. That would be super. And
See
also, you were chatting earlier about the bots and about because I'm loving your chat bot that's arriving. So I saw it and I knew that you were going to go live. So can you tell us a little bit more about those, Steven, today, please?
Right. Okay. Now, the first part of this is that you can do it for free. Okay. The only investment is your time. You go to a website called manychat.com and you
Miniature.
Manychat, MANYCHAT.
I'm going to type this in while you're speaking. So go to manychat.com.
Yeah, it's my Lancashire accent, Lottie. I have to forgive that.
I love your Lancashire accent, Steve.
Thank you, lass. Thank you. Right. Okay. And sign up with your Facebook account and you're there. Now, basically, the 2 things you can do. One, the aim is to actually is to make contact with people and talk to them on Messenger. Now, you can do that in one of 2 ways, because it gives you, first of all, a direct link to your Messenger. So you can share that link with people and say, click on that, and you'll be sending me a message, because it's very difficult. It's the easiest way to get people to actually message you. Then the second thing you can do is when you go live, if you schedule it, you can actually do what is effectively a keyword trigger. So I've got this set up today, so when somebody types guest, they will get an email in Messenger, and they get a message in Messenger, and that once they double opt in by typing yay, they will get the link to join us on the show. And that takes about 10 minutes to set up. Once you've done your first one takes about half an hour, second one takes 10 minutes, and the third one probably takes 5. Now you can do all that for free. And I've got a video on YouTube which tells you how to create it. Yeah. So I'll put a link in for that
Stephen,
afterwards.
is the video on YouTube under your account?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
So if I find Steven Healey on YouTube.
Right. And we've been joined by my good friend RJ Redden, who heard us talking about bots. It's strange how this works. RJ, if you want to join us, then I'm going to post a link again, unless you already have it, of course. Or you could type guest, whichever way. But it'd be good. Right. Okay. So there's the link.
I've just found your YouTube channel. So can you remember the title of the video that you did on YouTube so I can share that in the link in the chat room here for you?
If you look for GuestBot,
GuestBot,
GuestBot, that will find it.
I'll see if I can find that.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you one thing I discovered yesterday that I didn't know was going to happen, and I was so excited. I pre-scheduled my post, and so I sent out that that goes on my page that I'm going to have my show on, right? So I shared that with a lot of groups that I belong to that are groups that would be interested in the show. And I didn't know that not only would they get that, but the show would show up on their group page.
It's magical, isn't
what
it?
I want to know is, I know after the show, the recording is there. When I went live, was it showing live on my page and in all those group pages that I posted also?
The live will show in all those pages when you actually start the broadcast, and it stays afterwards with the recording, but the recording itself is actually on the page.
Okay, so the recording is also on all of the groups that I posted to.
All right, okay. That's good.
Yeah, it's everywhere. Yeah. So I'm like over the top excited. But I just wasn't sure if when I went live, if it was showing me going live in those groups.
Yes, yeah.
It was. Oh, so I was live all over the place.
But Kathryn, Steven, are you both using like from a Facebook TV channel? Are you using cross-posting? Or are you simply going in and individually sharing to the different pages and groups that you're part of? And also,
I was individually sharing.
Sorry, Kathryn.
I'm sorry. I was individually sharing.
Okay, so you like me, you take the time to individually go in, and
yes.
Then Steven, can you do all these messenger bots and what you said? The many. I've just found your video and shared that there as well. But the many. Chat.com, does that work on business pages or is it only for personal profiles?
You've mentioned the magic words, and we welcome RJ Redden. RJ, please meet Kathryn, and of course Lottie again.
Hey RJ.
RJ, can you explain where bots work and don't work?
Yes, my friends. Where bots work is any business page. It can be like a fan page for a personality or a band or an organization or any of those things. It will not work in 2 places: personal profile, group. You cannot have a bot for a group. What a lot of people do is simply link their pages in their groups. And then, people kind of do that to tie them together a little bit, but it won't work. It won't work specifically for a group without a business page, and it won't work on a personal profile.
Does it work on a TV channel? So I've just set up a TV channel from advice that, as with the pro live streaming side of things, that we need to have our own channels so that Facebook bots start to recognize, and you're nodding. So yes, thank you very much, RJ.
Oh, I was just nodding because I understand your question. Let me ask you this: is your TV channel tied to a page?
The TV channel, it's branded the same as my Press Play Presentations page, my business page. but and myself with Ladies Go Live, because we're just starting to decide what to do with our members, whether to keep it with our Ladies Go Live page or whether we put it toward with member groups, because we're going 22 social. I don't know if you've heard of 22 social, but we're going to start to use that to build in membership. So the bots, it's just seeing which of the bots is going to work for me personally, and then also for Ladies Go Live.
Oh, absolutely. So for right now, I would say definitely it's going to work on the Ladies Go Live page. If you tie the page with the show at all, then those will be in conjunction. But I haven't worked, and I have not seen evidence of a bot working strictly for a TV channel. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So nice to see you, Steven. So nice to meet you all. This is great.
Nice to meet you. Can you explain to me what you're talking about when you say a TV channel?
It was actually a piece of advice from Robert C. Stern, who's been live streaming for quite a long time. He's in the United States, and he was saying, with all the changes at the beginning of the year with Facebook and Facebook algorithms, is that if we are serious live streamers, I know it's yet another page and yet another thing to do, but the recommendations and the success actually that a few of my fellow speakers in Ireland have had by linking through your profile on your business page, going into Facebook and creating I think it's the entertainment box, and creating a TV channel and using that for your live streams. Because from there, you can cross-post to a business page, you can cross-post to groups, you can cross-post to different places, and therefore you're not actually contravening the Facebook rules that we're not really, even though we all do it, Kathryn, every single one of us does, we're not really meant to go and share to this page and this page and this page and this page, because that is considered by them to be, I can't remember the word, but it's spamming. That's spamming, that's it. It's considered to be Facebook spamming. So by doing a TV channel, we are recognized as live streamers as having a TV and being business presenters of a TV show, as it were. Does that make sense?
Totally. Where does one go to set something like this up? Is it difficult?
It's in Facebook. I'm holding on with one hand here.
All right.
I'm going to go to the Facebook page. If you go to, say you're on your business page, and then you click in the drop down of create a page, and do you know how the 6 boxes pop up?
Yep.
You've got local business, company, brand, then you've got artist, band, or public figure. The bottom middle one is called entertainment. So if you click in there, you can choose a category and you can name it, and you can name it the same as previous brands that you have, or previous pages that you have, and it just sets up a TV channel, and you can brand it exactly as you do with all your other Facebook pages. One of my speaking colleagues, she's actually been going live every day, and in Ladies Go Live, we're actually going to start on the 8th of March, which is International Women's Day. We're going to start an International Women's Day, 8th of March to the 8th of May, 30-day challenge, even though it's 34 days, because we're going to give you the 4 days at the start to do the setup of why are you doing it? What is this for? Who is your audience? So giving people the help to think about the planning for the 30 days that you're going to go live.
Okay.
So that's our 8th to the 8th Go Live challenge that we'll be doing.
Brilliant.
So happy for
how long?
Oh, I'm joining you. Prepare for my landing. That's wonderful.
Brilliant.
It also sounds like a wonderful opportunity for a bot, but
Indeed. Kathryn.
Well, I think I'll be testing. I'll be coming to you, RJ, and saying, have I done the bot right, RJ? Have I done the bot right?
Perfect.
We'll have to set them up. We'll do some swapsies of knowledge and skills like we do with Stephen all the time. That's why we love Stephen so much.
Well, there are so many reasons to love Stephen so much, aren't there? I mean, I got a personal list.
Shucks.
He's getting red.
I'm blushing. Yeah. It's can't be the hot weather though because it's freezing. Okay. I mean, the thing
on your challenge, how long will each person go live for? Will it be a set time limit?
Well, no, I mean, part of what we're going to do, Kathryn, is to set up, it's really to give you women around the world who live stream, and the men who support us, of course, who support us individually as live streamers, and who support male and female live streamers around the world, because we're not sexist like that. We love the men and boys in our life too. So it's really for you to set a challenge for yourself that you commit to going live daily. There'll be a group that you can join in and say hello, but you'll be going live to your page. We'll be setting, here's a topic, here's a theme that you could go live. Here's a challenge. It may be today, go live for 3 minutes or more. It may be today, find somebody to interview. And here's a topic. It may be today, go somewhere fun that you've never shown on film before. Tell us a secret, something that nobody else knows about you. So there'll be a whole series of topics that we'll introduce. And each day for people who join up with the challenge, there'll be some helpful tips or what we're calling the fodder, the giveaway information that's going to help you create your own calendar. And really it's the push. And we'll all be doing it individually on our pages or on the Ladies Go Live page as well. And it's the real push to come on, get over the nerves, get over the fears, get over the worries. And when you have the technical hitches and glitches, then we'll all be able to say, this is where, you want to know about that? Go to RJ, chatbots, go to RJ. You want to know about technical help with Belive? Go to Steven Healey. Go to Brigetti Limbanda, who's another Ladies Go Live. You've probably seen Brigetti on with Steven many a time. Rachel Moore, who's in a Beliver as well. There's a great community, and we all cross connect with each other and we all help each other out, which is actually what is so phenomenal about this Belive community and about the live stream community in general. It really is fantastic and great connections around the world, wouldn't you say, Steven?
I totally. I mean, that's that. I mean, people do genuinely support each other. There's room enough for everybody. There's no competition. Everybody wants you to have a live show with a good audience and great interaction. And that's basically what we're all looking for, is to get people commenting and joining in. And that's why we pop into each other's shows. Now, I'm going to mention a gentleman, and hopefully you might pop in. I saw, you mentioned him earlier, Robert C. Stern, who is broadcasting with Jessica. And it'd be good if Robert could join us as well. Because when I said, was talking about RJ joined us. So there you are. It works.
Well, Steven, I can jump out. So, and just want to say, as always, Steven, thank you so much for all of your support. And RJ and Kathryn, if you want to come and join us come and say hello on Ladies Go Live anyway. We go live on Monday evenings in the UK, which is 6 p.m., which is 1 p.m. Eastern time in the USA, and late at night on the other side of the world. So we have coffees and teas and wines and all sorts going on Ladies Go Live shows. So look forward to seeing you both there sometime.
Yeah, you betcha. It's happening.
Okay, take care. Thanks, Steven.
Take care, Lottie.
Bye.
See you later. Bye. And we say good morning to Carlos. And Carlos, if you want to join us, I'll just post a link because we're more than happy to... I can't find it. Hang on.
Steven, I'm going to have to pop out. I've got an appointment I've got to make, so I will see y'all later. Nice to meet you.
Thank you for joining us, Kathryn. Take care. See you again soon.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Brilliant. Bye. Right, RJ, we can talk about bots now.
Oh, well, constantly. I was just tuning into your show and you were in a conversation about bots and I was so excited. I had to come and say hello.
Oh, I love that. Did you notice, I don't know whether you caught it, but the changes that Facebook have made to the inbox?
Haven't been in there this morning. What's going on?
Right, if you go to the inbox and you go to the Facebook tab and look at the shows that you've done, and you know you can then see the comments and you can like a comment or reply to it, there is now a messenger button. And you can now directly message anybody who's watched the show. So that's a manual way of getting people into your messenger.
Exactly. And like, okay, so here's something fun that I'm going to talk about a little bit later on my show at 1. It's this, that people are the number one question people ask me when they're wanting to get into bots is, how do I get more people in? How do I get more people in? How do I get more people in?
That's it.
It's it. And I talk to them about the technical tools of getting people in, but if you really want to build your audience, there are a couple of things that you need. And one of them is be willing to talk to them one conversation at a time to get them in. Yeah, there's a ton of tools out there, but be willing to message everybody who's watched and say, hey, if you want to get in, here's the link. Would love to have you. And the other thing is just, what are the benefits? What are the benefits of me subscribing to your bot? If you can explain that to me in 5 words, yours is obvious. It's that mini course that you do on live streaming. It's the mentoring that you offer.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is. And I think that the thing is that you've got to try and keep it personal as well. If you continually broadcasting, you've got to at some point step in and say hello to people as you. You've got to keep it human, in other words.
You have to, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I just as a test of that, I went into, I probably subscribed. How many bots do you subscribe to? Just roughly.
Roughly, probably between 15 and 20 at this moment.
Right. Okay. I subscribe to about 8, and I went into 3 of those, and I just typed hello. Yeah, just not as a disruptor, just genuinely to say hello, and I just want to say thank you because the information you're giving me is very useful. And somebody replied within the hour. Somebody replied within 24 hours, which is fair, and somebody else has not replied at all. So I think that going back, what you do need to do is to, if you're running a bot, you need to check your inbox on each of your pages at least once every couple of days, would you say?
Once every day. I actually, with my folks, I make them raise their right hand and promise me that they will get into the bot 20 minutes per day. With your cup of coffee in the morning is fine. Tea for you, Steven.
Tea, of course, yes.
Yeah, your tea, of course. I know you're enjoying a cup. It's a perfect time to get in there. Look at all of the flows. Make sure everything is right. Make sure everybody's answered. Yeah, and one of my friends, Annie Ruggles, says encouragement as marketing. If people are having trouble getting through, leave them a little encouragement, just a little note. That kind of stuff makes people feel awesome, and it makes them want to continue. Oh, good, Carlos. Very good. Good calendar appointment making. Very good. Very good.
Yeah. And could you set a bot up to remind you?
You totally could, yeah.
As long as you get the reminder, but as long as you spend the 20 minutes a day, because that's the thing, to keep it real and keep it human, keep people involved. Yeah. Because the enemy of anybody who's running bots on Messenger is people unsubscribing. And this time it's personal. I mean, because if somebody unsubscribes, the first question you ask yourself is why? What have I done? Yeah, and as we were talking the other week, I noticed when I looked back at a person's feed that all I'd ever done to that point was just broadcast. Yeah. And it's at that time I thought to myself, now I've got to get serious about this. I've got to take it seriously. I've got to take people seriously and get involved. So I'll be doing the 20 minutes a day, most definitely, rather than just when I feel, not when I feel like it, when I think on it is probably the clearer one.
Well, I think that one of the difficulties is that people hear bot and they think, robot and they think automatic. And all of these associations are made instantaneously in people's heads. Yeah. And I think they're unfortunately named because conversations need maintenance and love, care and feeding. They do.
They do. They truly do. Now, I noticed the other day, I visit the ManyChat group less than I do look after my messenger people. And ManyChat can now accept payments. Is that correct?
Yeah. You visited and you might have seen the announcement that they are now testing something that they have been experimenting with, working with Stripe. So it's coming, folks. It ain't here yet. But yeah, that's something that people have asked me about. I personally don't want to make a sale within a bot. But there are people that are interested in that. So it is coming.
Yeah, but let's take up on that, because the automated aspect of it, you could easily put a sale offer in and take the money. But you feel it's better to sort of nurture the contact and get to know people, and then, because it's a networking thing rather than a salesy thing.
Absolutely. Facebook, they want you to be able to talk to people and businesses you care about. If I offer you something for sale and shove it in your face before you feel connected to my business, conversation marketing is just an entirely different animal. It's not like email. Email is a very close comparison, but it's not exactly the same. To me, the point of it is my bot is going to start. You're going to initiate a conversation with my bot online. Yeah. We're going to get into a conversation. It's all about taking that conversation that's happening online and transferring it to me, transferring it offline. It's all about the conversation and making a connection with people. During the course of that, you'll know what I do and what I offer. But honestly, it's about making connections. How many conversations have you had today? It's my new tagline. Maybe.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Good one. How many real people have you spoken to today? How many conversations? Yeah, like that. Mm-hmm. But these are exciting times, aren't they? Because I know you're totally excited about Messenger.
I'm totally over. I'm over the moon about it. It's the first and last thing I think about usually, which is probably sad to say, but whatever. I'm just going to own it. It's all right.
Well, and just to go along with that, Lottie's just said, like conversation marketing, RJ Redden, we need you to chat in Ladies Go Live for sure.
We do. I've written it down. Lottie, you, me. This is happening. Just know that's happening.
This is networking. This is the magical side of it. When you connect with somebody you've not met before. But it's not a question of, we all know about each other. But once we've got the chance to talk to each other, that's what makes the difference, isn't it? And it's that personal touch when you can reach out to somebody and just have a normal conversation with them. And it's all about know, like, and trust. Lottie's very excited now too. So it's catching is this excitedness. Woohoo, RJ. Brilliant. So that's what it's all about. It's about meeting people.
It is. Wasn't that of course I always bring this up, but it was the magic of Blab, was meeting new people. And now I get to do it again in a different format. But meeting new people, sharing experiences, sharing our strengths together, sharing whatever it is. I mean, I like messenger marketing as a no pressure conversation. I like it as a get to know you. And I know that a lot of people are using it in tons of different ways, and this will continue. And I love the exploration. But for me, the people that I've gotten to know,
totally.
That's it.
And we've got a lot of, if you look at the expertise that the people that we know have, we know everybody, well, most of the people in social media, and the thing we were talking about earlier is that there's no competition, and people help each other. People go out of the way to help each other, and that's what I love about all this. And message from Lottie. Yeah, got to miss our blab, but now Belive has 4 people. It's great again. It is. It's brought it back. It's brought the feeling that was in blab. I mean, blab was really, it was unfortunate. I just want to talk about it for a moment, because without blab we wouldn't be here, I don't think, because blab started it. Blab got the idea, they got the technology, and they put it all together, and it was 4 people on screen and people commenting on the side. It didn't go anywhere. It stayed in that room, but it because it stayed in that room, it was sort of it was like I'm looking for words here, but it was a meeting room, wasn't it? It's where people got to know each other. I mean, shows on Blab could go on for hours because they weren't being, yeah. So.
Yeah, well, and the magic of it for me was getting to know the people, following certain people, thinking this Steven is exciting. I see him all the time. He's on. Let's see what he's doing as well. I mean, it was about that, and the Facebook Live is very public. I mean, it's, this is stuff that somebody could pull down a recording of this show we're doing right now, put it up on YouTube. I mean, it could be done. It's very, very public stuff. But within the room of Blab, it was so nice. It was sort of like a semi-private feeling.
It was, yeah. It was, and with BeLive today, we've actually got the ability to have 4 people on screen again, 4 people chatting, and we can go out live to Facebook, and it's just fantastic. RJ, where can people find you?
Oh, on the internet, my darlings, Black Belt Bots. Come to Black Belt Bots. You want to. I got a Facebook page, a website, all the shiz, right? And today, in 1 hour and 4 minutes on the Black Belt Bots page, I'm going to be going live with 5 simple rules to chatbot building. It's going to be technology agnostic, but I'm going to be talking about 5 things to keep in mind when you're building your first bots. Come join me. You want to.
That's the second phrase of the day. Technology agnostic. I like that one.
Yeah.
Lottie, can you make a note? We'll put it in the lexicon. We've got brilliant. Now, just a reminder to everybody who's watching this, we are on Belive.tv, and Belive.tv now has 4 people on screen. And the thing that I love is that they've gone from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 people. And in going from 3 to 4 people, they've worked the magic, but they have not increased the price.
Yeah.
That's a good sign.
Pretty amazing.
I want to give them a shout out to all the team at BeLive.tv for everything they've done for live broadcasters. You can find me on BeLive in 5 most days of the week. I take the weekends off to relax. RJ, it's been a pleasure talking. And can we look at our diaries afterwards and we'll do another messenger show?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Brilliant. Okay. To everybody who's watched today and who's just joined us, if you watch the replay, you'll find lots of fascinating things. You will meet Kathryn. You will meet Lottie. And, of course, you'll meet the inimitable Guy and myself and RJ. It's been a blast, as usual. We'll be back at the same time next week with a brand new show. I don't know where that comes from. So we'll see you all again soon. Take care and have a great week. Bye for now.